All right. Good evening. This is Luke Thomas Holmquist here at the Earthquake Forecast Center. It is 10:01. No, it's 11:01 in the evening on August 3rd, which is Tuesday, 11:01 on August 3rd, Tuesday. And we have the latest update here for you. We will go over to the current earthquakes. And we have a swarm of earthquakes northeast of Tokyo here. And in our forecast, you can see we had a very high risk here off northeast of Tokyo in our forecast maps. And that's exactly where the risk is occurring, northeast of Tokyo. And we will get to the current forecast for Tokyo, expecting something more significant up near Sendai and northern Japan on August 5th. We'll get to that in a minute. Also over here in California, we've been getting a swarm of quakes up here near Alder Springs, which is, we had, looks like 7 earthquakes in that area. Significant quakes in the last 24 hours. And some residual aftershocks over in Greece. And we had forecasted a significant earthquake on August 1st, and we got a 5.7 over there. So let's go to the individual forecast for different areas around the world. We'll start with Anchorage, Alaska. And back here on July 28th, on this peak here, that produced a 8.2, 500 miles southwest of Anchorage. And the risk in Anchorage was pretty high as well, but of course, the quake hit a long ways from Anchorage, 500 miles to the southwest, late on August or July 28th into the 29th. Now we have this peak coming up here on August 8th, 63% risk then, and a peak here on the 5th. Either of these could produce a 4.0 to 4.5 earthquake on August 5th or on August 8th, 4.0 to 4.5. All right. Bakersfield, this is a pretty significant peak here coming up on August 6th in Bakersfield at 1 o'clock. And you'll see these peaks as well in some other cities in California in just a second. 11 in the morning on August 5th as well. You can go over to quakeprediction.com, which is right here, and you can pick out the city that's closest to you. And it looks like August 5th and 6th are going to get some action around California. In Coalinga, also August 5th and 6th, and 10 in the morning on August 5th, and 10 in the morning on August 6th. The strongest peak here is on August 6th at 10 o'clock in the morning in Coalinga, which is near Parkfield. All right, El Centro near the Salton Sea. Quite a bit of risk here on the 5th, 10 o'clock in the morning on August 5th, and also on August 6th as well in El Centro, Salton Sea area. Eureka in Northwest California, we have a very strong peak here on August 6th, 7 p.m. on August 6th. Significant peak there. And in Hawaii, take a little diversion here. We have a peak here on August 6th at 1 p.m. Back to California, Los Angeles. We're looking at also a high peak on the morning of the 5th. And the highest risk again is on August 6th. At 5 in the morning in Los Angeles. Right now, the current data is pointing to the Coalinga, Santa Maria, Bakersfield area northwest of Los Angeles for this significant quake on August 5th and 6th. We'll see exactly where it hits. We might get more than one, but significant earthquake coming up on August 5th and 6th in California. And Reno, Nevada, also a peak on the 5th and 6th. Up in Reno, Nevada. Ridgecrest near Inyukern in East Central California. Peak here on the morning of the 5th, August 5th, and also a peak here on the 6th as well in Ridgecrest. And then in Salt Lake City, pretty strong peak here on 11 in the morning on August 7th. And San Diego, 11 in the morning on August 5th, and also on August 6th, a high peak there, a brisk as well. And San Francisco, 8 in the morning, 77% risk at 8 o'clock in the morning, and high risk all day long on August 6th. What day is August 6th here anyways? It's Friday, August 6th. High risk all day long in San Francisco. Also at 8 o'clock in the morning on August 5th. And Santa Maria, we have a peak in risk on the 5th in the morning as well, and then 11 o'clock in the morning on August 6th. And Seattle, Washington, pretty quiet except for this peak on August 8th. Smaller peak here on August 6th. All right, Athens, Greece, we had a significant quake that we predicted on August 1st. And now that risk is falling, and we have a few different small peaks here on August 5th, 7th, and 9th. And each of these could produce a 3.5 to 4.0 quake on either August 5th, 7th, or 9th in the Athens, Greece area. All right, and we have Indonesia forecast. This peak on the 4th could produce a 5.0, and a 5.5 or larger is possible on August 8th. In and around, this is a forecast for Jakarta, Indonesia. Lima, Peru. We had a peak back on this this spike in risk here produced a 6.1, a 6.2 in Northwest Peru. This peak coming up on August 6th might produce a 5.0 larger on August 6th, late on August 6th, or early on the 7th. Each of these, like this August 1st, August 2nd, the day starts here and it ends here. So this is August 3rd, and that's the morning, and that's the 4th is the morning on the 4th is this line right here. All right, and then let's take a look at the Japan forecast. And we have a spike in risk here that's came up, produced a 5.8 on this peak here, and a much larger peak is coming up, and I believe it will hit up on this peak here in Sendai or Miyagi in northern Japan on August 5th, which could produce a 6.0 or larger, is likely in northern Japan on August 5th there, and most likely in the morning of August 5th in Japan time. Here's where all those quakes have been occurring in our warning area there. And then on August 5th into the 6th, a very high risk in northern Japan, and expecting a 6.0 earthquake or larger in northern Japan on August 5th, right there, August 5th. All right, let's go back to California one more time. And we're looking for a significant earthquake in California, maybe a 5.0 larger on August 6th, and possibly on August 5th. There's 2 spikes in risk. Go over to quakeprediction.com here, and you can pick the city that's closest to you. And there's the San Francisco forecast, and here's the Los Angeles forecast, and so on. You can get the closest city to you and find out the risk that's highest risk for you and which day and what time. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by for this update here for the Earthquake Forecast Center. We will try to have the update at about between 10 and 11 in the evening, California time, every day now, hopefully. And we'll hopefully see you tomorrow and give you another update tomorrow. And otherwise, good night. and we'll talk to you tomorrow and see you soon. Thank you.